All right, should be live. Forgot to pull the chat up again, damn it. There we go. All right, what's going on, guys? Pretty nice bounce so far on ES. Back above the 200, back above the previous pivots. Another 30-minute pivot calling the bottom as they did yesterday. Could be a big bulldog, to be honest. Bottom,
Hey,
curved back, bottom.
You closed that ES
Yeah, I
trade?
closed. Yep.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I'm out.
I just got back home from the grocery store. It's fucking we retraced the whole move from today.
Yeah. It hit the old pivot.
Yeah. Dude, the 30-minute pivots, man, they're strong as fuck.
Yeah, they rarely miss, dude. That's literally all I've been trading for the past few weeks. It's
Even
really
dude,
easy.
I've been even watching them in crypto and they're like crazy strong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super easy. Yeah, it looks like a bulldog, guys. If you guys are on stream, you can see a bottom, curve back, bottom, pop up. Maybe we find some resistance around like 44.77, 75, pull back to like 64, somewhere around there. But then we look pretty bullish from there. As long as it maintains above the 200 EMA here, it looks pretty good. We can see, let me grab my other monitor here. You can see we're still failing the 200 on SPY, but on Qs, we got a nice little break here of the 200. The tech already bottoming a little bit. Nice little curved bottom there, kind of like an inverse head and shoulders. Same thing here, all on SPY. Looking good. So we took one trade today, guys. We took a scalp on the 30-minute pivot. As I've told you guys on stream, I've been trading these pivots for quite some time now. We took a trade right around, I think it was like 42. We traded that into 60, so we got about 18 points there. Obviously, we could have held on to it, could have made another 10 points, but that's okay. We got our target 1.8 to 1 ratio. Stop loss was the low of the day, so very easy scalp there. Now we just wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow there is the quad witching, so could be some chop. They said like 30% of all SPY gamma expires tomorrow. So a lot of stuff is expiring tomorrow.
I just locked in gains on my lows position.
Nice. DoorDash still doing pretty good. Nice little flag.
Oh, dude, look at the gap up on that thing.
Yeah, DoorDash is clean.
Fucking right. It's the best decision I made.
Probably gonna go to 230 to be honest.
Remember I told you I closed all my Uber shares and put it into DoorDash instead?
Yeah. And look at Roku. We're finally getting the bounce on Roku. Looking good.
Nice.
Going on, Alan, JJ, native.
It's exactly what we wanted to see yesterday. A candle like that close above the pivot.
Yeah.
Chewy. Trying to recover a little bit. See, that's the thing, man. When you buy time with your options, you just give yourself like more time for the trade to work out in your favor. Like Roku, if I would have took that trade on Roku with like something that expired like even next month, I would have got slaughtered.
Yeah. CAR, I called this one out in Discord early this morning. This thing is ripping up 11% today. Breaking out again. Our next target on that is 101. Get above 101. Long term, you're looking at 112. Short term, maybe like 106, 105. But yeah, that's a clean chart. CAR is the biggest gainer of the day of big companies. Second biggest gainer is Duolingo, and then third is Asana obviously never stops. Duolingo is fucking, that's a clean chart. You IPO'd, came down, started downtrending a little bit, broke the downtrend. We've been straight up ever since. But yeah, San, that thing is,
Dude, it's up 9.5% today.
yeah,
What the fuck?
it's ridiculous.
Dude, I was in calls. I picked up February calls in, I think it was either November or December, like down at like 28, $29, and I sold like my February calls pretty high up, like I want to say like around like 38, 40-ish. If I would have just bought like a year out.
We were trading this on IPO.
Yeah.
This was the one that Connor liked.
Yep.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Since IPO, it's up 365%. Damn, ES is ripping. That daily candle on ES is clean. 33 points from that pivot. Even more if you got in on the retest. You got it on the retest, 36 points from that pivot. I'm telling you guys, the 30-minute pivots are the easiest fucking trades the OTS is going to give you.
They really are.
Out of our last like 10 trades, I think I've only lost 2 of them, maybe. 1 for sure.
$30-minute pivot here on Bitcoin too.
JJ, the monthlies are already on a deal, and I'm pretty much just leaving that deal for the time being. They're at 39 a month instead of 49. And the one that has the pivots is the Oasis Trading Suite. The Oasis Trading Suite. It has the blue pivots and the orange pivots. This thing is ripping.
What is?
Fucking ES, dude, it's just tearing. Above the 200, breaking the pivot. You about to break yesterday's high. Looks pretty good.
You literally bought the bottom of the day.
Oh yeah, yep. I got out on that other pivot. I got out at 44.60, yeah. So I could have held for a little bit longer, but pivot to pivot. I could have did a pivot to pivot on the orange pivot. I didn't even think about that. But the orange pivot is really long, so the orange pivot's going to act as like a big magnet.
You Dude, see, it literally, you bought it. It stalled for a second when it hit VWAP, put in like a little 30-minute doji, and then just ripped.
Yeah, straight up. It's funny. I had a second order to double my contracts on the pivot itself. It missed it by a tick. Single fucking tick. You see 199. That's probably for the quarterly. For the 199. Let me go check the website.
That's for the Discord month.
Yeah, that's the Discord I think you're looking at, man. If you go to the top right of the website, or it's like top middle, it says indicators. And then that takes you to our shop that has all the indicators. And then you're looking for the Oasis Trading Suite. You're mixing it up with the Oasis Trading Group. The group is the Discord. The suite is the indicator. Here, I'll send you a direct link to give you some help here.
You know what's scaring me though? ES is straight up. Bitcoin's not. Yesterday, Bitcoin followed ES, and then once it closed, it ripped.
It's because the dollar's doing well, and gold and silver are nuking. So the dollar and the bonds are doing well. So Bitcoin being a hedge against that is not going to do too well. What filters do I use? I've got a couple of different filters for cheddar flow. These are the main ones. How do I pull it up again? This right here. Here you go. You want to take a screenshot of that. Those are my filters. The advanced one right here is anything that expires less than a month and is less than $1. This advanced is also less than a month, I believe. They have to be weekly contracts. But those are my filters. You want to take a screenshot? Go ahead. The only thing that we saw come in today that was really big was the Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands
at a monster support level. Look where it's sitting.
4.6 million on the calls in one order. Yeah, could be a big bulldog. 4.6 mil on the $40 calls for March 18th, 2022. They're looking at a leap on that. Buys recovering? Yeah, man. We took the same exact trade 2 days in a row. We bought the 30-minute pivot down here, sold the pump. Bought the 30-minute pivot again, sold the pump. It gave us the same exact trade twice. We could have sold the pivots up here, but I'm not looking to sell right now. I'm only looking to buy. I'm trying to be on the buy side. Yeah, the witching should be volatile because you have all the gamma on SPY and on SPX, on the futures. They're all expiring. And the majority of traders trade the closest expiration. So when the closest expiration expires, they are forced to move to the next closest expiration, right? So the quad witching basically forces all of the traders that are in their close expirations to close their positions. It's forced liquidity, basically. They're forcing them to sell. Now they can buy them back, they can roll them over, but not everyone's going to do that. So there's typically more sell pressure than there is buy pressure because everyone is forced to sell. They are not forced to buy them back. Here's that Q's 30-minute pivot being retested. Very clean pivot there. SPY back above the 200 EMA. ES still failing that pivot. This is a really strong pivot. This is the pivot that gave us the top of the 14th, the top of the 15th, and now it's the top of the 16th. Why do over 99% of traders lose money? Because trading's fucking hard. Probably like one of the hardest careers there is if you look at it by success rate. Your job as a trader is literally to predict the future. And as you can tell, that's not easy. The reason why poker players are such good traders is because they understand that trading is a probabilities game. It's all about statistics and probability. You can throw out all that other fancy shit that you think trading is about, and you can think about just the probability of success. And that's why poker players are some of the best traders there are. Lockheed Martin looks good for a low stress swing nearing the bottom of its range. Lockheed Martin. The war stocks have been getting slammed. Absolutely butchered. And it's because we're pulling out of Afghanistan, right? So the longest war in the United States history is ending. Right? I guess you would say in modern history. But the military contractors, they'll do well if you start seeing some massive money flowing into their stocks, right? Like watch cheddar flow, watch unusual whales, whatever. See if we have some call flow coming in on the war names. There hasn't been any call flow on my scanners since we pulled out of Afghanistan. Nobody is trading them. So I'd stay away, to be honest. Nasty 5 minute on ES, gravestone candle with a pivot coming in. PLTR getting almost 1 million calls today, which is unusual. I have not seen PLTR on my call scanner. Look at it, it's up almost 6%. Finally breaking back above that 27 level. The only opening orders today are puts. Very strange. Well, those are the only ones coming up on the opening orders filter. There can still be opening orders here. Let's go to unusual. Still mainly puts. Here we go. Looks like there's a lot of the 25s for January. 2023, those are leaps. In the money leaps, actually. A lot of 28s. A lot of 28s for, what is that? That's tomorrow. A lot of 28s for tomorrow. Yeah, big volume on the 28s that expire tomorrow. Very interesting. Look at all these. 28s, 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 all 28s. 29s for tomorrow as well. 30s for next week. A lot of 30s for November. Interesting. I don't mind PLTR here, to be honest. I think above 27 it looks really good. I think if we get a pullback consolidation on this range high, I might start buying some shares to sell premium. Buy shares, sell covered calls, rinse and repeat the next 2 years.
I want to see a retest at 27. I won't touch it until that happens.
Yeah, I want to see the range be tested for sure. Either a bulldog or the range. This is the range that we're looking at, guys. This is not the range low. This is a deviation. That's the range low. That's the range high. Retest there, and now we're breaking. So if we can hover outside this range high here, this could give you a really good buy all the way up into the gap fill at 31 and then the previous high around 37. But you really need to see some value up here above the range high. Yeah, it's a clean breakout. Not bad.
Deja, what do you call you know those like how do I explain this? You know those like things that people build outside or buy outside where or you put them outside like so that flowers grow up them and like vines grow like through them.
Pergolas?
No, they're made out of wood and it's like a it almost looks like a small version of like a fence. The wood is like crisscrossed. It starts with an L. I just can't fucking think of the word.
It's specifically made for like vines and stuff, like you were like decoration.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Usually, like you see a lot of them, they're like white, like they're usually painted white. You know, like the flowers grow up them, or like the vines that grow like through the.
Somebody said lattice work.
That's it. Yep, that's the word.
There you go. Lattice work for 500.
How do you spell that? L A T
L A
T
T T I C E.
I C E.
Yep.
That's what I was looking for. Thank you, sir.
That was Alan on YouTube. Oh, like I see what you're talking about. Like the things they used to make, like in the fucking old high school movies where they're climbing up to meet their boyfriends and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The fucking girls are sneaking out of their house, climbing down their flower things, their lattice beds. Big volume there on Q's shares. I'll screenshot it because you guys can't see my monitor. Nice little volume there. 560,000 shares trading on this low here. See if it can hold up. We saw a nice volume spike back here when we had that push higher. Costco's still going 560, or sorry, 462. If it was at 5, Jesus, that'd be a lot. That's a nice pullback, actually. Broke the trend a little bit. Now we're pulling back to retest the previous high. That's actually really clean. Probably going to go into 475. That's our final target. You've already hit 1, 2, 3, 4 of our targets. Final target remains at 475. Beautiful daily candle on ES. If it closes a little higher, so like 44.70, what is it, 72. Anything over 72 will give you a buy the dip signal. Look at the 4-hour, almost a perfect inverse head and shoulders. The trend is being lost too, so the bottom, the downtrend has been lost. The Momo is calling for a bottom. Very clean. One hour giving you beautiful pivots down here as support too. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 blue pivots down here as support. Just have to get above the 200 EMA. We have not broken that basically the entire downtrend. Dime, you're not allowed to talk today, dude. Silver's down like 5%. Twitter, so Walter Bloomberg just posted this. Twitter's super follows has generated only around $6,000 in its first 2 weeks. Rest in peace. I'm surprised the OnlyFans girls haven't figured out the Twitter or the Twitter super follows thing, because I'm pretty sure they take way less of a cut. Wait until that industry gets on Twitter. They'll be rolling in money. Fine Qs both trading back below their 50s on the 1 minute, so a little weakness here. What is CEI? It's the biggest volume mover today. Camber Energy. Thing's been ripping 33 cents to $2. It's going to go for that pivot at 260. Hoping SPY ends green. It probably will. Looks pretty good. There's a daily buy the dip signal on SPY. Not yet on ES. ES has to go up a few more points and you'll have a buy the dip. In all honesty, we should all be taking tomorrow off. Go on a fucking vacation this weekend. What we said last time, we said during the triple witching. Next time is a triple witching, we're all taking the day off. And now there's a quad witching. I have an article, let me grab that. I posted it in Discord for you guys who don't know about the witching. Where is it? Here it is. I'll post it in stream for you guys. An Investopedia article about what the quad witching actually is. Basically, it's just a fancy word for a bunch of different things expiring. So a bunch of different options contracts and futures contracts, they all expire on the same day, which is tomorrow. So it leads to a massive liquidation event, pretty much. Like, not liquidation as in like you're getting liquidated, but liquidation as in people are closing their positions. You have a lot of people closing their positions tomorrow.
Fancy word for you're about to get gangbanged.
Yeah, you're getting rugged, pretty much. Historically, it's funny. Historically, the week before the witchings are usually very bullish, but then the witching itself is usually very bearish, and then the week after goes back to being bullish. But recently, we've been seeing it's just bearish. Period. The week before is bearish. The day of is bearish. The week after is bearish. So it's not something to put a lot of size into if you're looking to buy stuff tomorrow.
Dude, I love how Dime like refuses to admit that silver's dog shit. Like it's like he can't do it because he's like talked it up so much for so long. He
Yeah,
just can't admit it.
he was in my. I think he's still in my stream chat. He probably heard you, but I told
It's
him
all
he
right.
can't. I told him he can't talk today because it's down like 4%.
He said, "See you at 50, dumb bear." And I said, "Yeah, maybe when your children are 50."
He said that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Dime has entered the chat. I'm just sitting in physical, he says. Physical is worth right now what it says on my fucking computer screen. Nothing more than that.
Silver and gold, the two worst investments of 2021. Look at this chart, guys. It's just dog shit. Sideways, nuke. Sideways, nuke. Sideways, nuke. That monthly pivot, man, that's what I was worried about back when I was trading gold and silver back in like February. And I closed all of my silver and gold because that monthly pivot was not breaking. Once we started to pull off that pivot, I was done. And look at it, it's trash. This chart is almost identical to Bitcoin. Like if you bring up the entire Bitcoin chart, let me show you guys on stream. So look at Bitcoin on the daily from 2017 to 2019. Where are we? Oh, this is on FTX. Let me go to this one. So where are we? 2019. Okay, so 2017, big pump. Then we have this really long consolidation, nukes, and then it tries to go back up, and then it struggles again, then it nukes, right? So look at this chart, just kind of ingrain this in your brain, and then go to silver, and then go to the monthly on silver, and it's almost identical. The same exact price pattern is almost identical. Little bit of a stretch, but like if I was to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like the impulses and the consolidations are almost exactly the same. So it's dog shit, is what I'm saying. And it's most likely going to continue lower. And it's not going to have the massive pump that Bitcoin had because Bitcoin is a deflationary asset.
It's trying so hard to hold on to this daily pivot right now.
Silver.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. It'll bounce for a few days and then it'll gap like 10% down. It'll give you like a little 2%. That's what silver and gold are good at. They're good at teasing you. Here's a 2% day. Here's a 1% day. Here's a 0.5% day. And then I'm going to gap down 8%.
Yeah. Next level is fucking like $20, 20.3.
Yeah.
It just perpetually goes down. That's all it does.
Yep.
And if we were fucking smart, we'd just short
Just
it.
short it to zero, yeah. Microsoft looking good. Yeah, Microsoft, a lot of the big tech. The big tech is kind of bouncing off support. And the funny things about the big tech charts is they're not too far away from their all-time highs. Like this nasty pullback that we've had on Qs and SPY, the FANG companies, they're not doing that bad. Look at Tesla. Tesla's about to rip. You'll probably get 770 on Tesla next week. Is it just silver and gold? What about copper? I have no idea about copper. I don't think I've ever traded copper in my life. But copper is not. Copper has a use case, and copper is used very actively throughout the world. Gold and silver is not. They have very small use cases. But copper is not seen as a dollar hedge. People are not buying copper to counter their dollar. That's what people are trying to do on gold and silver, and it's not working out. My advanced filters, I don't have any advanced filters on this one, I don't think. No advanced. That's what I have on this one. This is the unusual. And then this is the poor man's. Those are my advanced. Yes, looking pretty good. Getting a nice little bounce here. Nice volume coming in on Qs. TLTR broke 1 million calls today. I'm not seeing something break 1 million in quite some time, actually. 1 million calls and 0.2 to 1 puts. So not many puts. Rex, actually, there was a bunch of Fed talks on the calendar when I looked at it like Monday. And then I went back and looked at it this morning and they were like all gone. So all the Fed talks that were supposed to happen today, they didn't happen.
Bro, don't you hate when like people like ride their bike in the street, bro? I almost hit someone fucking looking at charts. What the
Dude, back in
Is it the biker's fault or your fault for being
bro,
on your phone?
bro, at this point, I'm just gonna blame the biker because it's a fucking sidewalk. Like, you should be more careful for your life.
No, I'm the same way, bro. I fucking hate when people do
dude,
that
we
shit.
when I was at my girlfriend's old house, they do like biking events around her neighborhood. So they'll have like fucking 50 plus bikers just hogging the road. And they've got wide ass sidewalks that are like clean, the grass is cut, the sidewalks don't have like any holes in them or anything, and all the bikers are just taking the entire road. There's no
I
bike
hate
lanes
that
or anything.
shit.
It's like, dude, what are you doing? And then they ignore every single traffic sign there is. They ignore stop signs and everything. They just think they own the road and they don't even look around for other cars.
Yeah, till they get fucking run over.
Yeah. They're expecting like, oh, if somebody hits me, I'm just gonna sue them. Like, bud, I think you're gonna lose that. If you're driving on a fucking a lane that doesn't have a bike lane, you're ignoring stop signs. You're not like a pedestrian walking. I don't mind when they're being courteous and they're like riding on the side, you know what I mean? Like they're actually trying to let you get by them. But when they're just riding in the middle of the road like they own the road, it's kind of ridiculous. Going on FX. You see your tweet about Roku, J-May?
Yeah, he called
It,
it weeks ago.
well, Dime say called it weeks ago. Oh yeah, you said it. Yeah, yeah. You said exactly what I was gonna say. If you called that weeks ago, you're buried. It's literally going straight down.
Exactly.
Fucking Dime, he buries himself. I called that weeks ago. Oh, so you're down 20%? Holy shit. Dime's a character, man.
Buried.
Literally, even if you called it 2 weeks ago, you're down 10%. That's too funny. Dime's a character, guys. Can I check Adam and Avax? Let's take a look. Adam looks pretty good. Nice little 30-minute breakout. Yeah, the daily's fire. Yeah. If Adam closes above that pivot, that looks good. That's a clean chart. Lows above the pivot at 36. Probably go to like 40. Can I recommend a good source to learn trading with a focus on probabilities? Not really, honestly. That would be, you would be more so looking at like statistics books and stuff like that. I don't know of any books off the top of my head that are like trading and probability focused. Oh, actually, I have a book. I just bought it. Fuck, what's it called? Let me check my Amazon. It's like a perfect book for what you're talking about. Damn, how long ago did I buy this thing? Oh, here it is. It's called Fooled by Randomness by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. Fooled by a Random by Nassim Taleb. You should follow him on Twitter too. He's pretty, I don't know what his Twitter handle is, but that's his name. If you look his name up, I'm sure you can find it. I haven't finished that book yet, but that's what that book is about. It's about like probabilities and trading based on probabilities. It doesn't give you like exact trading stuff. It's just more of a psychological book that tells you about following following the norm and not being skewed by random events. But that should help. Avax looks really good, but it's kind of hard to buy up here. You would have bought the pivot break. So if you would have bought the pivot break at like 59, that would be a really good entry. Buying up here is a little high because you would have honestly targeted like 65 to like 60, probably like 70. So buying up here, you're kind of buying where you would be targeting. A little hard to buy up here. I bought another book that I was reading that was really good, but I haven't finished it. I've been busy as hell, obviously, moving to the new house. Let me find it. And this is a book that's recommended by a lot of price action guys, so that's why I picked it up. It's actually one of the price action books that I haven't read before. Let me see. It's called Understanding Price Action, Practical Analysis of the 5-minute time frame. So it's like price action trading of the 5-minute. Kind of like what I do on stream, basically. Understanding price action There you go. That's the second book. I'm only about probably 10% done, but it's pretty good.
Dime's like, no, I said I set alerts down there, and he like links his tweet. I'm just not gonna respond to piss him off even more. If he bought that weeks ago, he'd be drowning right now. I said,
Yeah.
buried. Buried.
Yeah, Trading in the Zone, that's more of a psychological book for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, fortunately. I don't know how good it would be listening to a trading book. I wouldn't like that. Trading books are very visual, so listening to them would be a little hard. That book that I just mentioned, so the first one you could listen to on Audible. The randomness one, there's like no pictures in that book. The 5 minute one, you could not listen to that on Audible. It's like every other page is charts. Like it's very heavily focused on pictures. But the first book, the randomness one, I don't think there's a single picture in that book. I can't remember. But it's more so based on like scenarios. He gives you scenarios and he's like, this guy and this guy, their like paths in life are crossing, but they're doing different things, right? He talks about like all the little random events that happen that change their lives. And that's only like the first few chapters. It goes into deeper stuff later on in the book. FX reading books does definitely help for trading. It definitely helps. Reading books, it's like, so a lot of people get into trading and they think it's like, they think like, oh, I'm a smart guy. I should be able to do well in trading because a lot of people fail, but I think I'll do well because I'm a smart guy, right? You think you're better than everybody else, so you assume that they're failing because they're dumb and you're going to do well because you're not dumb. So you kind of jump into it and you assume that it's going to be easy for you, but you don't think you're going to have to put in that much time. And the books really separate people like that from trading because the people who don't want to put in the time, they're not going to read the trading books, right? People who don't want to put the time into trading, they think that it's like a get rich quick scheme and they're just going to throw some money in. It's going to work out. Those people get obliterated. People like us make money off people like them. Yeah, but FX crypto is a different story. So crypto, most of the people that you know that are rich in crypto are not rich from trading. A very, very, very small percentage of people who are rich in crypto are rich from trading it. They are rich from being early, and they're rich from holding, or they are rich from getting into these crazy ass bubbles that crypto has had over the different years. You had like the ICO bubble, you had the NFT bubble. You know what I mean? They are not rich from looking at charts and trading and scalping and stuff like that. There are very few people like that. There are a couple people that come off the top of my head that are rich from trading. Like you have Rookie, you have Salsa, You have Cuban. Like those guys on crypto Twitter, they are traders. And I've seen every single one of them recommend pretty much the same books that I recommend to people. But no, the majority of traders, or sorry, the majority of people that are rich in crypto were just early. Oh, and another thing they're rich off of is referrals. You guys honestly don't understand how much money you can make on referrals. It's disgusting. I'm not going to name names, but there's a lot of people on crypto Twitter that come off as traders, but they are not traders. They are making money off their referrals, and they are hodling, basically. They're building up massive size positions because they have no liquidity whatsoever because they have so much passive income from their referrals.
Like how much do you think like I generate in like referrals to someone? Like, and I don't even trade with like big size.
What's your average position size, you think?
I would say like around like 20 to 30K. You know, sometimes go to 50. Like
Sticky would probably know more than I would.
You're probably doing like, if you're doing daily 20 to 30K positions, and if you're only doing like one position, it's probably like $30 to $40 a trade.
And I fucking market buy and sell everything.
Yeah, like 30 to 40 bucks a trade.
Yeah, so you're generating at least probably $100 to $200 a day.
And I'm not even a big trader.
No. Like if you get traders that are doing like 100K, fucking $1 million, it's disgusting.
And if like the people that you're under, you like staking or getting bonuses or have some sort of like partnership deal,
They're getting even more.
they're getting even more.
Yeah, I should have just refed. I'm gonna tell Dime to fuck off and ref myself.
You're probably one of Dime's top.
Yeah, no, literally. So like, take you, JMA. If there were 5 of you, you could make a living wage. If somebody refed 5 traders like you, they would not have to work. They wouldn't be rich, but you could make probably $30,000 to $50,000 a year just refing 5 of you.
I'm just gonna start a business, dude, with ref links. I'll give everybody back 50% of their ref links if they use me.
There you go. Is trading kind of a Ponzi scheme? No, trading itself is not a Ponzi scheme, but people treat it like that because they suck at trading.
What's your ID?
Who?
Mine?
JMA.
How do I find that?
To the end of your ref link, I think.
Yeah, end of your ref link.
Like the last 3.
Give me a sec. So like, just basically my ref link.
Yeah.
745. Can I say this over stream?
Just say the
Yeah,
last 3.
191 is the last 3.
Okay, I'll find out how much you've made time.
Dude, my refs are fucking slacking, bro. I'm only making like $5, $1. Fucking someone made me 2 cents.
They all got liquidated. No, the sad part about it is you could have a big ass trader, but he's a smart trader and he doesn't market. Like you could have a big boy and he could trade like 100K plus, but he never markets and you don't make any money. But
Someone literally paid me 2 cents. The fuck? That's like an insult.
if he markets in and markets out, you get so much. Now, Mortal, going back to what you asked, is it a Ponzi scheme? The trading is not. The referral thing is. The referral thing 100% is a Ponzi scheme. Well, I guess it's not a Ponzi scheme in the sense that somebody's getting scammed. Nobody's getting scammed. But the networking aspect of it is exactly the same. You got to go out and network, and you got to get those guys to network. They don't do the pyramid referrals anymore, I don't think. Maybe Bybit. I know Bybit was one of the big pyramid ones. The pyramid ones is like I ref you, JMA, and then you ref Sticky, and I get some of the money from Sticky.
Oh shit.
Yeah, people were making a killing off that.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. But people were like, isn't this exactly like a Ponzi scheme? And they were like, yeah, it kind of is. And then they stopped doing it. I think FTX used to do that back in the early start.
Dude, if you would have shilled yours,
I would literally I'd be stupid rich right now. Yeah, some of you guys probably don't know that. You don't know that on stream. But I'm not a big referral shiller. I just think it's kind of slimy. But FTX was in beta. They were literally beta testing their platform. And I had one of the biggest guys on crypto Twitter at the time message me and say, hey, there's this new exchange called FTX. Do you want to be one of the promoters for them to promote it on stream? And I was like, I don't know, man. I don't really like promoting new exchanges because they turn out to be scams too much. So I said I wasn't really interested. I asked him, like, are they going to pay me for like videos, or is it going to be referral stuff? Like, what is it going to be? But I ended up not doing it. If I would have did that, and I would have been one of the first, I would have been probably one of the first 10 referrals for FTX. And now they have fucking Tom Brady and all these other celebrities shilling them. I'd be stupid rich. I would probably be clearing more than 6 figures just on ref fees. And that's really disgusting to think about.
Coin's coming down.
Going back to what I was saying, FX, making $300 a day, dude, that's not bad. If you're consistently making $300 a day trading, that's not bad. That's $75,000 a year.
That's more than like 80% of what Americans make a year.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Deja, look at the futures, Bitcoin futures chart 4-hour, dude. This might be like a draft and play, bro.
And that's $75,000 a year if you're trading equities. Because there's only 250 equity days in the year. If you're trading crypto, that's more than 75. That's over 100. What were you saying? It looks like a giraffe.
Yeah, the Bitcoin futures 4-hour.
Yeah.
Got a little bull flag going on here, it seems like. A little falling wedge.
Yeah, back above the 200. I like it.
That last 4-hour candle is fucking nasty, but
Yeah.
what the fuck is that fucking sword?
That's all right, though, if it's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, if
It's
this...
just, like the price action's so fucking dumb, dude.
Yeah.
I like FTT here on the 3-hour.
I was saying yesterday, man, FTT looks fucking good.
Oh, yeah, 3-hour pivots to the bottom.
Yeah. 1 hour left. Doji it up. Send it.
3-hour cloud is usually pretty good, and the 3-hour cloud's fucking fat red.
I still really like this EGLD a lot.
Yeah, somebody on stream like that.
The
Oh, it's
daily's
starting to
fired.
move.
Yep.
Look at the 3-hour on that. It's clean. 15-minute bulldog. Little giraffe.
Yeah, it's fire chart.
I'm not sure who that is, Mortal. I'll take a look. I don't do too much networking, to be honest, man. And it sounds kind of dickish, but the main reason I don't network very much is a lot of the guys in the space are full of shit. And I've had a lot of guys on my channel way back, like a few years back. I used to bring people on all the time. And it's very obvious after talking to people, even for like a few days, or like having them on a live stream, that they don't know what they're talking about. So I don't do too much networking, to be honest. But I do need to bring on more people like I used to. Like some of the best people that I brought on before was like Smokey. Who else have we had on? Like obviously all the guys I hang out in voice chat with. But yeah, some people that I bring on are just it's bad. Or some people that I've talked to in DMs, and I've even DM'd people. So like take us back like a year or two before we started the new Discord. So we had an old Discord, right? We transitioned into like the live trading aspect of like equities and stuff. I used to message people on Twitter like, "Hey man, I've seen your charts. You look pretty good. Do you want to be an analyst for my Discord?" And they would be completely honest with me. They'd message me back like, "Dude, I don't even trade that much. Like this is like a side gig for me. I just post charts every now and then. I'm not that experienced." And I appreciate them being honest, but it's like that's how a lot of people are on like crypto Twitter or like trading Twitter. They come off as these people who have been doing it for like a long time. They do it full time. They make their living on it. But then you talk to them and they're like, "No, dude, I've got like 3 jobs. I make like $10,000 a year trading." You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard to find people that actually that know their shit and they would be good content. You know what I mean? What do I think of the John Wick guy? I've seen him around crypto Twitter. I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't know too much about him. I think Dime knows about him. Hey Naharo. He said, "How's the trading going?" We took one trade today and it was pretty good. We took a scalp on ES. We took this pivot right here, basically bought the low of the day. We sold it up here on this pivot for about 18 points. And that was it. That was the only trade we took today. Everything else we're just holding on to. But our positions that we're holding did pretty well. The shippers were really green this morning. They came back a little bit. Roku bounced pretty nicely. PayPal bounced. Our dollar hedge went up. We're not doing too bad. Is SPY okay for tomorrow? To be honest, man, I couldn't tell you because we have the quad witching tomorrow. So it's going to be very volatile. I would definitely lean bearish because most of the quad witchings are bearish. But with that kind of volatility, I can't really give you a prediction. I would say the daily close today is really good. The SPY daily close, the Q's daily close, they look really good. But we're going into a Friday and we're going into a quad witching, so it doesn't matter how good they look. I forgot to hit my buttons, man, and it actually makes a big difference. You guys probably think it's dumb, but when I hit these buttons, I get more subs and I get more likes during my live streams. So make sure to hit that like button, guys. If you guys are new to streaming or new to my stream, make sure to subscribe as well. I do stream 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. I see a couple new names in the chat, so I appreciate you guys stopping by and chatting. If you guys want to learn how to trade or like learn my techniques, I have a how to trade playlist on YouTube. Got about 25 to I think it's like 25, 28 videos on there. Be sure to check that out, 100% free. We also just released a new newsletter, which is also 100% free. I'm going to be releasing a new issue tomorrow. I think tomorrow, if not tomorrow, Sunday. But I have 2 issues I want to release. I want to release one on crypto and one more on equities. I want to talk about what's going on in China, and then I want to talk about what's going on in crypto, obviously. So check that out as well. Where's the volume profile? I actually had it off, didn't I? I've been mainly watching ES today, so the volume profile is kind of off the screen. All the way over here. I'm going to go over this trade today that we took, and then we're going to call it a stream. But this trade was very, very simple. So let's let me hide the volume profile. Or actually, where does it start? Let's keep an eye on that. It starts right at that candle on the top. Okay. So right around here, this is what the profile looked like on when we took the pivot. So you had the pivot come in, and what I said in Discord was there's a 30-minute pivot here. This pivot is a little bit lower probability than the pivots that I typically take. So typically you want to see some kind of support already being formed, and then the pivot comes in. This is what I call like a knife catch, right? Like you're knife catching with a pivot. So unless the pivot is predicting the exact bottom, you are probably going to get stopped out. So it's a little bit lower probability. But with that said, in Discord, I said, okay, you can take half size here, and then you can put half size on the pivot if we come back to retest it. And then we're just going to target the upper pivot, the pivot right here. So the stop loss is low a day, so about 10 points. The target is 18 points. So you have a 1.8 to 1 ratio, which is very, very good for a pivot trade. Like I told you guys in stream, the pivots are so accurate that you could take a 1-to-1 trade and that's still a good trade. So this was a 1.8 to 1, so very good. And the reason I liked it so much was look at the volume on the volume profile. There is no resistance right here. There is a node up here, a node up here, or node down here, and then you have a gap in the middle. So it's kind of a capital B day. So as I told you guys in the volume profile series, when you're trading the capital Bs, you can trade the reversal back into the gap, right? So we took the trade. I actually had more set on the pivot. We missed the pivot by a tick. One single tick. We missed that, sadly. But then we hit our target for 18 points. Basically no resistance whatsoever. And you could have seen that by just looking at the volume profile. There was no resistance there. Even if you looked at, let's close this. Even if you looked at yesterday's profile, there's no resistance there. So you have a little bit back here, but that's a little far away. So today and yesterday, no resistance. Price and efficiency in the middle. So you can breeze right through that with no problem. That was a very easy trade. And tomorrow, if it gives us another 30-minute pivot, I'll probably take it since we're already up like, what, 50 points on the week. So we're still positive 50 points on the week. So if we do get a nice pivot tomorrow, even though it's quad witching, I might take it for a little 10-point stop. We'll close the week like up 40 points. But if it doesn't give you a really good pivot, I probably wouldn't take it. I appreciate it, Fortunate. What do I think about rail companies? You mean like train companies? I don't know anything about that sector, man. I've never traded that sector, I don't think. But all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to post the analysis right after stream if you guys are in Discord. And then I will be streaming tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. And if you guys are in Discord, I'll see you guys at 9:30 in the morning for our live trading. Now, like I said, I'm probably not going to be trading too much tomorrow unless it gives me like a really clean pivot. Because the quad witching, we should all honestly be taking a vacation. Go on a little vacation, come back on Monday. But all right, guys, if I don't see you tomorrow, have a good weekend. If you guys are in Discord, I'll see you guys later. Peace.